welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel since it's not a back. I'm going to be doing a bridal blog series, or whatever you want to call it. Just a whole bunch of videos for stuff that had to do with wedding planning. So I guess I should have started this video off with I am engaged. Yes, I am. I got engaged on Christmas to my now fiance, but then boyfriend of 2.5 years. So I wanted to do a bridal blog. I don't know if I should say bridal blog, but a wedding blog, because I felt like when I got engaged I had no idea what to do and like where to start, and so I felt like this would be helpful if you're like me, the bride who had no idea what her wedding is going to be like until the day you get engaged. So my first 5 things I did after getting engaged, after calling all your family and telling them that you're so excited and thrilled and whatever. Well, hopefully that's what you're doing, because I do know that that's not always the case, but hopefully. First emotions are always shock. Well, for me, it was shock and excitement. Super excited, super shocked. I had no idea that it was coming. I mean, like, we had talked about marriage, but I had no idea that it was going to be that day. So, yeah. Then, the first time someone asks you when is the wedding is when you realize that this is really real and this is happening, and you have to start like now. Like, if you're like me, I mean, you can just be like, I don't know, whenever. There's a lot of people that do that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I'm just saying, like, literally the first day, like on Christmas, they're like, so when's the wedding gonna be? Everybody who was at the house. And I'm like, excuse me, you were here, you found out just when I found out. Like, I have no idea when the wedding is gonna be. But people are just really excited for you. That's just them showing their love and their support, and they really want to be a part of your big day. So don't take it personally, but you know, that's the first question you're gonna ask. And I'll try to include my engagement clip. I may just link it in my Facebook or whatever down below, because that's probably easier, because, you know, everybody wants to see that. And so, you know, oh, let me say this, it's in my notes as well, but this is a disclaimer. I don't care what your preferences are and when to be proposed to and how the proposal should be. My proposal was perfect for me. I don't get to plan my proposal, and I think that my fiance did a wonderful job. So don't come in my comments, don't come in my messages, talk about, oh, my better not propose to me on a holiday, because I don't care. Are you engaged? Are you married? Then you need to worry about yourself, not me. Thank you. So that's that. So now, back to the first 5 things that I did after getting engaged. And it doesn't mean that it's right. So, like, you don't have to do these things first, but these are just the first 5 things that I did. So, first, pick a date. Take things into effect, such as family, that maybe there's a big event, like maybe there's a family reunion every year in July. You know, you don't want to plan your wedding, sorry, people are making noise. You don't want to plan your wedding July 26th. So, you know, think about that. Or holidays, you know, if you know that your grandmother goes on a cruise every Christmas, don't plan your wedding around December. So also time of year, like, we live in Texas, it's hot as hell in July and August, and I'm not trying to have my family come out here around that time of year. What else did we think about? We wanted it to be a cooler month. We thought about spring, but that was kind of pushing it since we just got engaged in December. So it'd either have to be spring of this year, or 2018, or spring of 2019. So then it was kind of like, well, you know, how long do we want to be engaged? You also have to think about things like, what's your plans as a couple for the next year or two? And so for us, it made the most sense to do it in 2018. But as far out as possible. So at first we were saying September, October, November, and then am I getting ahead of myself? No, I can say this. September, October, November, and what actually helped us pick our date was venue availability and prices. So I'll go over all of my venue search in another video, so you have to come back and check that out. But we decided on our date based on allowing, you know, giving family enough time and giving ourselves enough time. You know, we're doing premarital counseling and stuff like that. So we picked a date that was comfortable for us, which happens to be in November, which is 11 months after our engagement, which I think is a typical engagement period, around a year. So there's that. And then pick a date. It's the first thing, like I said. The second is start a Pinterest board with what you like / download the knot. So the knot is this little app right here that I have downloaded on my phone. I hope I'm pointing to it. I can't really see. I don't have a viewfinder or whatever. So it's the planning app for weddings. And the reason why this is helpful is because it gives you a checklist based on when your wedding is. So, I'm sorry. So ours says, you know, 23 weeks to go. It has our date and it has how many days we have left. And it has a checklist and it gives you like, the checklist is like, let me just open it. It tells you when you should have things done. Like it says, you should have this done by this date. And it's just suggestions. Nothing is like set in stone, but that definitely helped me to give me an idea on, it helped me to give me an idea on things that I needed to be doing that I didn't know I need to do, like insure my ring. I didn't think that was a thing. You know, and when I should be doing stuff. Keeps me on track. It's really helpful. You can also do your guest list in here and your wedding website on here. So that is why I love the knot. And one of the biggest things actually that I used the knot for was finding vendors for the wedding. I actually found our wedding venue. On the knot, and I found out about a lot of vendors that you're going to need to be looking for that I guess I'll cover in other videos. So the knot is just one place that everything's wedding related, and you can read other brides reviews, other grooms reviews, and it's helpful. So, and Pinterest, because if you're like me and you have no idea what you want to do, then Pinterest can be helpful to get ideas. But please keep in mind that it's not always doable. Like, sometimes you're looking at $100,000 weddings and your budget is not $100,000. So keep that in mind. Pinterest is not really reality. It's just to give you ideas. Okay. Third thing I did was pick out your wedding party. Yeah, that was tough for me, and I'm gonna go over that in another video because I think that there's some things that need to be said about that. But discuss with your fiance, you know, how many people you guys want to have. Like, at first I thought I was just gonna have 4 people, but it turned out that it was gonna be 8 on both sides, you know. So, you know, pick out who you think. Don't pick your close friends right now, but pick out who you think you're gonna be friends with 10 years down the line. And for me, that was mostly family, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, pick wisely, choose wisely, and it's also a financial responsibility, so take that into account as well. Next, number 4 is choose your desired color scheme. So the reason why we had difficulty with this is because Keelan is actually colorblind, but like not like red-green colorblind. I don't know what kind of colorblind this is, but he has difficulty seeing certain colors. So we couldn't choose, like I couldn't use like a nice pastel pink because he would think it was white, or I couldn't choose like any of those dusty, gorgeous colors. We had to choose something that's kind of a statement color, but still kind of subtle. And so, I don't know, you know, whatever, choose your color theme. It's important because people will ask you when you are doing business with vendors what your color scheme is or what your theme is for your wedding if you want a theme. I didn't do a theme. It's just an elegant, classy, glamorous wedding. That's it. But if you choose a theme, you know, have that in mind before you start looking for vendors. And then number 5 is the toughest part, which is complete a first draft for your guest list. I used my grandmother to, you know, go over all of her side of the family. My maternal grandmother lives with us, well, lives with my parents. And so I used her to, you know, sit down and say, okay, give me all your brothers and sisters' names, because there's like 13 of them. Give me all the kids' names and anyone else that she can think of. And then I called my father's sister on my dad's side, on my paternal side, to get a family from there because they had just did a birthday party for my grandmother, so they already had a list. So that worked. And then you have to get the addresses. I'm gonna let my fiance tell you about that because he ain't did it yet. But that's why the knot's also helpful, because you can put the guest list in there, and then I just gave him the same login to the website so he could go in there and add and take out as he wanted to. But first draft, because you will most likely edit this draft. Like, I'm 110% sure that you will, unless you're just inviting like 10 people, then hey, you know. So yeah, as I said, your date determines your timeline, so that's kind of why you have to pick that out first. You know, if you have to start looking for a dress now, like, because when we got engaged, I'm still kind of chunky yet, I want to lose some weight, but When I started looking for my dress, I wasn't the size that I want to be for my wedding day. However, you're not 100% sure you're going to lose weight, so always size for yourself. That's another video. But try to keep your timeline according to your wedding. And then, as I already said, this is advice for the bride who has no idea what she wants to do. So that's why it may be a little bit more information than some of you will want, but it's just what I needed or what I thought was helpful. And then another part of what was influencing our wedding date was who's paying for the wedding. Because if it was up to us, we probably wouldn't get married for another 2 years. But my parents are so gracious enough to pay for 99% of the wedding, so that's why we're able to have it this year. But that's all I had for this video. This is kind of just an introduction. You know, I'm gonna have a lot more probably in the same outfit because I have a lot of stuff right now, a lot of ideas that I haven't gotten to touch yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video.